What is a spiritual awakening? The signs, symptoms, and weird side effects nobody told you about. Dear precious souls, what if I told you that everything you know about life is a lie? Okay, not everything, but most of it. You're probably here because you felt that tug, that cosmic nudge, that something bigger is going on behind the scenes. Welcome to your spiritual awakening, the ultimate plot twist that life throws at you when you least expect it. In this video, we'll be discussing spiritual awakenings, what they are, the signs you're having one, and those symptoms that make you wonder if you're losing your mind. Spoiler alert, you're not. But before we jump in, trust me, you need to hear what happens at the end of a spiritual awakening. It's a something no one else will tell you, but we will. So stick around. Let me start with a question. Have you been feeling off lately? A little lost, maybe? Oh, you're in for a ride. So, what is a spiritual awakening anyway? It's not a religious conversion, and no, you don't have to start wearing flowing robes or chanting unless that's your thing. A spiritual awakening is when your soul, yes, your soul, starts nudging you to see the world differently. You begin to question things like, why am I here? What's my purpose? Oh, curious. Why does it feel like I'm suddenly in the middle of an existential crisis? Here's where it gets juicy. Most people experience this without realizing it's happening. It doesn't come with a flashing neon sign that says, "Welcome to your awakening." It's more subtle, like that quiet voice in your head that says, "Maybe I should quit my job and move to Bali." Sound familiar? Now, let's talk about some of the weird symptoms. I'm not talking about the usual, I feel more connected stuff. No, we're going to get real here. How about sudden bouts of insomnia? You're ready to sleep, but instead, your mind decides to replay every decision you've ever made. Ever. Or feeling completely alone, even when surrounded by people. Not to mention the random tears. Oh, yeah, awakening is a real party. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. Not everyone experiences awakening the same way. For some, it's like a light switch flips. For others, it's like someone slowly dims the lights, and one day, boom, total darkness, followed by a bright flash of insight. That's why you're going to want to keep listening, because your journey might look a little different than what you expect. All right, let's break it down. Here are 5 major signs you're going through a spiritual awakening. And don't worry, I'll save the strangest one for last. Number 1, a feeling of disconnection. Suddenly, your usual routines feel pointless, or you feel like an outsider in your own life. That's your soul trying to pull you out of autopilot. Number 2, heightened intuition. It's like you know things before they happen. If you've ever had a gut feeling so strong it felt like someone was shouting at you, you're not alone. Number 3, emotional roller coasters. I'm talking about big swings. One minute you're zen, and the next, you're rage quitting life. It's like someone handed your emotions the remote control and is flipping through channels way too fast. But here's where it gets even more interesting. People often say they start noticing weird coincidences. You know, like numbers repeating, 1111, anyone? Or you think of someone and suddenly they text you. We'll get into that soon, so stay with me. Number 4, loss of interest in material things. That Gucci bag you were dying to get? Meh, not so important anymore. Your focus shifts, and you start seeking meaning in experiences, not things. But here's a sign no one really talks about, and trust me, when it happens, it's a game changer. Number 5, a massive identity crisis. Yep, you start questioning everything, your career, your relationships, even your favorite color. It's like being hit by an existential bus and no one gives you a seat belt. Now, here's the fun part. All of this can happen at once, or it can creep up slowly. But when you finally come out the other side, something incredible happens. You'll have clarity like never before. What kind of clarity, you ask? We'll get to that in a minute. But first, there's something you absolutely need to know about the physical side of spiritual awakenings. You didn't think awakening was all in your head, did you? Nope. Your body gets involved too. Aches, fatigue, headaches. Sounds fun, right? But here's the thing, your body recalibrating to a higher frequency. I know, it sounds wild, but hang with me. You're literally becoming more in tune with the energy around you. And if you're wondering why this process can take so long, well, let's just say the payoff is worth it in the end. So you're going through the signs, symptoms, identity crisis, physical weirdness, and at this point, you might be wondering, how long is this going to last? Well, here's the truth no one else will tell you. It lasts as long as it needs to. Some people get through it in months, others in years. But the real question is, what's on the other side? That's where things get juicy. Once you've weathered the storm of awakening, you come out the other side with a clarity so sharp, it's like putting on glasses for the first time. The world makes sense. Your purpose? Clear as day. But the most important thing you'll gain is the love of yourself. Self-love, in my opinion, is the most important love that you will ever experience in this lifetime. And there it is. The thing no one else will tell you about spiritual awakening, it's not about becoming something new. It's about remembering who you've been all along. And there you have it, my precious souls, a basic summary of a spiritual awakening. Let me know in the comments if you've been experiencing any or all of the signs and symptoms I mentioned. Please subscribe to my channel and let me know what other spiritual topics you are interested in hearing about.